I wanted to know what type of content gets the most engagement on Facebook. So I tested 317 posts, and I was shocked to discover the more I use tools like Canva and Photoshop to create beautiful looking posts, the less engagement those posts got. Yep, if you want more engagement, ugly posts work better. In this video, I'll show you why that's true, and I'll show you how to create ugly posts that get a ton of engagement, a ton of leads, and a ton of sales for your business. Let's dive in. Tools like Canva are great for creating social media content. They make it really easy to make beautiful posts. You can see over here, I'm in Canva. You just click on social media and they give you all kinds of templates to make beautiful posts like this. And it seems like a great tool to use. It seems like a great service, but here's often the result. You can see beautiful posts like this one end up with virtually no engagement. And you can test this for yourself. Start using beautiful professional templates in a tool like Canva and watch what happens to the engagement on your posts. It's going to dramatically decrease. Why does this happen? It's actually been explained in advertising research. Come over here and take a look at this. Here are the results from a research study that compared two different types of ads. There was a professionally designed ad. Here's an example from christianmingle.com versus what was considered to be an ugly ad for christianmingle.com. And check out the results. The design ad got 79 clicks, whereas the quote unquote ugly ad got 147 clicks. Almost double the amount of clicks from the ugly ad. And this makes sense. If you're putting out posts that look professional, but also look like they're templated, they're the same as everyone else's posts, of course people are going to scroll on past. Whereas when you try something different, even if it looks a little bit ugly, you're going to attract more attention and get more engagement. So let's focus on that. What should your post look like in order to get your audience to stop, to get them to look, and get them to engage? Well, there's 3 steps that I follow that work very well. The first step is to stop their scroll. When your audience is scrolling through their feed, there's so many posts that they could stop and look at. You want to make yours stand out, and here's one way that you can do that. You want to maximize the real estate that your posts take up on Facebook. So I'll show you an example here. Here's an example of this post that I saw from Sean here, and notice the size of this image. Notice that it's a bit of a horizontal rectangle, and I want to compare this versus a post that takes up way more real estate. Let's go over to Jeffrey's post here and check out the massive size of his image here. So I'll flip back and forth, small image, huge image. You want to use images that maximize the amount of real estate that Facebook gives to your posts. So how do you do that? Well, let's go over to Canva and we'll do this together. Instead of choosing a templated social media post, you want to go over here to custom size. And the size that will allow you to maximize the amount of real estate that Facebook gives your posts, you want to use 1080 width and you want to use 1350 as your height, and then click on create new design. And you'll see that when you put in those dimensions, you're going to get the same shape of image as Jeffrey used over on his post here. And this is perfect for maximizing the amount of real estate that your post is going to get. Now, you'll notice that Canva automatically starts suggesting templates for you to use. You can see all the templates over here. Don't fall for it. You don't want to use a generic looking template that your audience will scroll right past. Instead, we're going to move on to step number 2 in the process, and that's highlight the hook. Let me show you an example of what I mean. I'm going to go over to one of my Facebook groups here, and you can see that I got this post here from Shelly, and she's talking about using our tool Unipro, and she says she's got over 9,000 members in her group and she just crossed over $1 million in sales. So this is a great example of a post that could be used as a testimonial. And what I'm going to do, instead of using a template from Canva for a testimonial post, I'm going to simply copy this as an image. Then I'm going to go back over to Canva and I'm going to paste that screenshot right here into Canva. And then I'm going to take that image and I'm going to crop it so that I get just Shelly's post here. So I'm going to do a little crop. And then we'll expand it. I know this is getting very small here. And then I'm going to take that post and I'm going to make that image as big as possible. And I'll center it something like that. Now your goal is to highlight the hook of your post. You want to make it really clear to your audience why this post is special, why it deserves their attention. I'm going to show you how to do that in Canva and also using another tool in just a second here. The first thing that I want to do is I'm going to add a headline. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time making this beautiful. Instead, I'm just going to take this headline here. And this post, this testimonial post, is all about going from $0 in an online business to $1 million. And so that's going to be my headline. And I'm going to use this bright red color, something like that. And that's where I'm going to stop in Canva. I've highlighted the hook, the 0 to $1 million. But there's still a lot more you can do to get your audience to stop in your post and actually take it in, actually read it. And there's a second tool we're going to use to do just that. But first, what I want to do is I want to maximize the size of this image. So I'm going to do something like that. And then I'm going to go up into my Chrome extensions and I'm going to use a tool called Awesome Screenshot. and I'm going to take a snapshot of everything that's visible on this page. So you can see now I've got this image here that I created in Canva, and now I want to add some additional edits to make this a little bit more interesting to my audience. So I'm going to grab this crop tool here, and I'm going to go crop the image to the same size as we set in Canva. I'm going to click on crop. And now, again, I want to highlight the hook. So what's special about this post? I've got this headline here that says $0 to $1 million, but let's make this even a little bit more interesting. I'm going to grab the highlighter tool here, and I'm going to select a yellow color. And you can notice that Shelly, a big part of her story is the fact that she has 9,000 members in her Facebook group, and this earned her $1 million in sales. So I'm just going to highlight that. And I'm not too worried about making it perfect. Again, I want this to be ugly so that it stands out from all the highly edited and super polished posts that other people are posting on Facebook. So that's another way that I can highlight the hook. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to grab this big arrow. And I want to show that part of the thing that's cool about Shelly's story here is she's used our tool Unipro to grow her audience on Facebook. And so I'm going to add this arrow here that shows the upward trajectory of her audience growth. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my pen tool here, and I'm just going to write in big, ugly letters here. I'm going to say, wow. And I'm going to put an exclamation point. And that is a pretty ugly post here, but you can imagine as someone scrolling through their newsfeed, this is different. This is going to grab their attention, and it very quickly highlights the hook, telling them this is about how they too can go from $0 to $1 million online. And I realize that this example we're showing right here, this is an example of a testimonial post, but you can do this same process to any type of post. I'll show you another example in just a second. What you want to do now is I'm going to click on done, and then I'm going to download this, and I'm going to call this $1 million testimonial. And I'll save that image to use that with my post. So that's the second step, is to highlight the hook. You want your big image that's taking up so much real estate on Facebook to clearly communicate to your audience what's interesting, what's new, what's novel, what's unique about this post, so that when they stop their scroll, they automatically understand why they should read your post. And now the third step is to ask your audience for engagement. Let me show you an example here. Here's a post that I created. It says, create 200 posts in 10 minutes. Please stop. This is relevant for all coaches and content creators. And then there's some long form copy here that goes along with an ugly image post that uses the same steps that we just looked at. I've got my ugly image here that stops my audience when they're scrolling on past. And then I've highlighted the hook. What's the hook here? 200 social media posts in 10 minutes. This is bad. Stop. Never do this. That makes it very clear to my audience why they should read more. But in order to get your audience to engage, you want to make it very easy for them to do so. So let's go back up and we're going to take a look at my copy here. Notice that at the end of this post, it says, P.S. Last week I shared my process for creating a small handful of nurturing posts. Yes, it does take a bit of effort, not AI generated, but boy, does that content convert well. And then it says, feel free to message me if you'd like to see. Well, this is making it very clear to my audience, there's something else that you can have of value if you reach out. And some people messaged me, but a lot of people decided to comment. And you can see the comments right here, 40 comments, and people making comments like, great reading, absolutely agree, thanks for speaking on this, I would like to see it, absolutely agree, yes please. And so you can imagine how you can do this. After you stop the scroll of your audience, you make it clear that your post is unique, it has something to offer, then you blatantly tell them what should they do to engage with you. Make it easy, don't make them guess, and your audience will start to engage. Like I said, I used 317 posts on Facebook to test this process, and this is proven to work. An ugly image that stops the scroll, highlighting the hook so that your audience knows that there's value in your post, and then telling them exactly how to engage so that they don't have to think so hard, they can simply do it. This is the process I use to create my posts on Facebook, but I also have a secret weapon, and that secret weapon is Unipro. Unipro, it's an amazing tool that goes out onto Facebook. It finds your ideal leads. It brings those leads over into your audience. It makes sure your leads see your content and helps them engage with it. And then it makes them offers when your leads are most likely to buy. Unipro has been a game changer for my online business, and I know you'll love it as well. Go over to unipro.com to check it out. That's what I've got for you in this video, all about getting more engagement on your posts on Facebook. If this was helpful, give it a like. And if you have any questions about any of the steps I showed today, just leave those questions in the comment section below. I'm happy to help out. Again, if you're building an online business and you're using Facebook to get leads and get paying clients, you got to check out Unipro. Go over to unipro.com. I know you're going to love it. Thanks for checking out this video. Can't wait to see you in the next video.